Just like Uber lets anyone capitalise on owning a car, Airbnb does the same thing for house owners, and as a result, now hosts some of the more unusual, exotic, and downright funky accommodation options across the world. We take a look at 20 of the most unbelievable Airbnb options for the adventurous traveller.
Amazing!
Number 20. Modern apartment. Well known for its expansive vistas and glacial carved landscape, this futuristic modern home overlooks a wide valley, and guests can enjoy quintessential Icelandic sunsets over the distant mountains from the comfort of their own private porch. It features a very modern living space and a very, very red bathroom. And considering how expensive everything else in Iceland is, it's a bit of a steal at only £57 a night. Number 19. Luxury yacht. Airbnb features quite a few houseboat options, but few compare to Inigo's. The Andraxed port resident has fully restored an Oliver Classic 20 yacht, and every detail has been painfully added to. From the pictures alone, this gives a new meaning to the phrase lap of luxury, and while the Balearic Islands can be pretty touristy, being able to rent out an entire yacht definitely gives one the ability to get away from it all. Number 18. Seashell House. Getting away from the tourist bubble is precisely what the infamous Seashell House tries to offer by giving guests an alternative to the crowded, and let's face it, not nearly as unique, hotel options in the nearby Cancun. Designed by Raquel and Eduardo Ocampo, its ocean-themed facade is halfway between Alice in Wonderland and a fantasy novel. If you're looking for a luxury room, why not make it inside a giant shell? Number 17. Bamboo House. Looking like something Ewoks might have built, the Sunrise House has been recognised as a top pick for Airbnb numerous times, and for good reason. Located near the Ayung Gorge, the entire structure is constructed from locally sourced bamboo, and it features spiral staircases, circular revolving doors, and pretty much every amenity you'd expect to find in the middle of the jungle. Number 16. Luxury Castle. If you're really set on physically sleeping in a castle, England does them the best. This 1841 castle was actually designed as a nobleman's folly, and has been accommodating guests since 1998. With velvet curtains, opulent furnishings, and swords on the mantelpiece, the only thing that's really missing is a moat. Number 15. Airplane Apartment. This location has adopted a unique method for selecting guests, by having them give a 100-word response why they want to stay in a fully renovated airplane at the Amsterdam airport. If you've ever wondered where old airplanes go to die, well, apparently they don't. After logging 3,675 flights, it now houses air aficionados with fully furnished rooms, a kitchen, and a host of on-flight movies, like Snakes on a Plane. House rules include no flying or roasting marshmallows on the jet engines. Number 14. Cubehouse. The Dutch must have a quirky sense of humour, which is the only way to describe this next listing for oddly angled cube houses suspended in the air. With 3 floors, it's a great example of using space efficiently, and the top floor offers a full 360-degree view of Rotterdam. Considering this is the country that brought us MC Escher, this unusual rental suddenly begins to make a lot more sense. Number 13. St Pancras Clock Tower. Like something dreamt up as a superhero's lair, and only across the road from Harry Potter's famous platform 9 3/4, the St Pancras Clock Tower is up for grabs if you have the coin to spend. Designed by Sir George Gilbert Scott, the Italian-style bell tower has never actually housed a bell, so you don't have to worry about being woken up every hour. Although guests are situated on the 5th floor, the space below is expansive and often a host to interesting events, including acrobatic rope exhibits. Number 12. Secluded Treehouse. Yet another listing that is often fully booked. This treehouse in Atlanta is quaint in a way that's reminiscent of Thoreau's Walden. Hallmarked by a 150-year-old pine tree, there is an unbridled sense of privacy here, interrupted only by the sound of wild birds and frogs. If you want to get lost in the woods, what better place to do it? Number 11. Mirrored House. Not often known as a beautiful city, Pittsburgh nevertheless plays host to this mirrored house owned by a generous artist couple. The word flamboyant comes to mind, and it's certainly not a choice for the self-conscious. Number 10. Cocoon House. Another example of artistic license, this Cocoon House in France is perfect for those who want a cross between a treehouse and a circus performance. The spherical tent-like room is supported on trees and features a netted bridge to get up and down on. This is a naturalist's dream come true. Number 9. Bird Island. Owning your own island is always on people's imaginary lists of what they would do if they won the lottery, but Airbnb can actually make that a reality. Just a short 20-minute boat ride from Placencia, Bird Island makes guests the literal rulers of their own private island. The cost includes transportation to and from the little slice of paradise, but apparently you have to bring your own coconuts. Number 8. Fisherman's Cave House. Santorini has long been known as a travel destination in Greece, but nearby Ia offers the same spectacular views and diamond blue waters, but with a bit more cultural authenticity, which has prompted one homeowner to open his fisherman's shack to would-be renters. The iconic white adobe structure overlooks the Aegean and has an open pool that lets guests watch luxury liners troll by, and a patio that's perfect for taking in a view of the steep village and sunset over a glass of ouzo. If you're going to do Greece, do it right. Number 7. Bubble Tent. Keeping with the French theme of circular houses, this retro transparent dome is basically a see-through bubble tent on someone's back porch. But don't let that deter you. At night, the blue LEDs turn it into a private light show. And there is a hot tub on the premises as well, if you're looking for an unusual place to bunk down for the night and don't mind the almost complete lack of privacy. There is something appealing about sleeping in a private bubble. Number 6. Ultimate Treehouse. This elevated accommodation in Nicaragua manages to blend rustic living with high-class amenities, and what you get is, well, a fantasy-like patio with an inclusive pool and an incredible view of the rainforest and the Pacific Ocean in the distance. It's also one of the more reasonably priced exotic accommodation choices, all things considered. Elegant wooden posts frame a spacious living area, and a small patio offers up a reading hammock for those hot afternoons. Sure beats a crowded hotel or stuffy hostel. Number 5. Talabgaon Castle. Although the British rule in India is a thing of the past, that doesn't mean their colonial influence hasn't persisted, and Airbnb doesn't hold any punches when it comes to renting out entire castle villas. The 150-year-old Talabgaon Castle features 22 luxury suite rooms and 150 acres of private gated property. It certainly isn't a very good way to get a feel for the real India, but if you feel like treating yourself to the 24-hour room service and on-hand staff demonstrating a very Victorian approach to service, then this is the place you just have to stay at. Number 4. Celebrity Mansion. Land of the brave, home of the free, and apparently also a great place to rent out mansions. Looking more like a youth hostel from the air, this private residence featured on Airbnb quickly gained a popular following, with ping pong tables, koi ponds, heated swimming pools, projectors, a game room, and several outdoor areas all crammed into 6,000 square feet of space. The listing practically screams bachelor party, but the owner is quite adamant about not hosting events. Nevertheless, with a £803 price tag, it's definitely worth bringing a few friends along to foot the bill. Number 3. Secret Treehouse. The land down under isn't excluded from offering some classic Airbnb choices, which includes yet another custom-built treehouse. The Secret Treehouse is on the edge of the Blue Mountains and between two national parks, making it a fitting, if somewhat bizarre, option for outdoor enthusiasts wanting to explore the down under. The chance to see glowworms in the Wollemi Wilderness Reserve is just a bonus. Number 2. Capsule Hotel. Although Japan has made a name for itself with iconic capsule hotels that have rooms just big enough for one person, they've also been the subject of architectural artists like Kisho Kurokua, who introduced the metabolist movement, an architectural philosophy that was founded on the idea of impermanence, and resulted in a number of projects designed to be removable or unchangeable. The Nakajin Capsule Tower, built in 1972, is a prime example of his work. However, as a piece of cultural heritage, guests can't actually sleep in the tower, so the price listed includes accommodation at a nearby apartment and the tour. Number 1. Cable car. Certainly not for those with vertigo. This dangling cable car rental, high in the French Alps at the infamous Courchevel ski resort, is one of Europe's highest rated Airbnb choices, so much so that potential renters have to fill out a form on their Airbnb profile explaining why they want to stay there. Then it's a quick trip by snowmobile to Saulir Peak, where guests can get comfortable in the teetering suite. I can understand wanting to be the first in line for the ski life, but this is something else. That's our top 20 picks for the most interesting and weirdest, but still amazing Airbnb rentals. Do you have a good Airbnb suggestion or think we missed one? Feel free to leave a comment in the section below. Also, please remember to like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to keep notified when we post a new video. Thanks for watching.